Did you know that certain foods can worsen depression? It's surprising, isn't it? Yet, the connection between what we consume and how we feel, both physically and mentally, is a fascinating area of research. Today, we're going to delve into this topic, focusing specifically on depression, a condition that affects so many of us and those we care about. We'll be discussing 10 specific foods, all commonly found in our diets, which are known to have the potential to exacerbate depression symptoms. Understanding this link between diet and mental health can be empowering, giving us another tool in our arsenal to combat this often debilitating condition. We're not saying that avoiding these foods will cure depression. It's far more complex than that, but it's a piece of the puzzle and every piece counts. So, let's dive into the list of foods that can potentially make your depression symptoms worse. Alcohol is the first on our list. Now, alcohol is a bit of a tricky one. It's a depressant, which means it can cause your mood to drop. You might feel a temporary relief, a little lightness, maybe even a bit of euphoria. But here's the catch. It's short-lived. As the effects of alcohol wear off, you're likely to experience a crash that leaves you feeling worse than before. So it's best to limit alcohol intake, especially if you're dealing with depression. Next up is caffeine. That invigorating cup of coffee or tea might seem like your best friend, but caffeine can actually play a sneaky role in worsening depression. How? Well, caffeine can interfere with your sleep patterns, and we all know how crucial a good night's sleep is for maintaining our mood. Plus, caffeine can also lead to feelings of anxiety. It's like adding fuel to the fire of depression. So, try to limit your caffeine intake or switch to decaf to help manage your depressive symptoms. Sugar is another food that can worsen depression. When we consume sugar, our blood sugar levels spike and then crash, leaving us feeling drained and often in a poor mood. This fluctuation can lead to mood swings and fatigue, both of which can exacerbate feelings of depression. Even worse, the temporary sugar high often leads to a craving for more sugar, creating a vicious cycle. So, try to cut back on sugary foods and drinks to help manage depression. Processed foods are another culprit. These easy-to-grab options often contain additives and preservatives that can play havoc with your mood and energy levels. Many of these substances are foreign to our bodies and can cause inflammation, which is often linked to depression. Plus, the high salt and sugar content in these foods can lead to a quick energy spike, followed by a crash, leaving you feeling lethargic and low. Opting for fresh, whole foods can be more beneficial for managing depression. Fried foods also make our list. These tasty but unhealthy indulgences might be hard to resist, but did you know they can lead to inflammation in the body? Chronic inflammation is often linked to depression as it can trigger an immune system response that affects your mood. Foods that are fried, especially in unhealthy oils, are major contributors to this inflammation. So next time you're tempted by that crispy golden exterior, remember what it could cost you. Try to limit fried foods to help manage your depressive symptoms. Low-protein foods are another depression trigger. Protein is more than just a dietary requirement. It's a key player in mood regulation. Amino acids, the building blocks of protein, are essential in the production of neurotransmitters, which control our mood. When your diet lacks sufficient protein, your brain may struggle to produce these mood-regulating neurotransmitters, potentially exacerbating depressive symptoms. So, it's a good idea to keep your plate balanced. Incorporate more protein-rich foods into your diet to help manage depression. Artificial sweeteners are next on our list. These seemingly harmless sugar substitutes can actually wreak havoc on your mood. They can trigger mood swings by interfering with your body's natural serotonin levels, a key hormone that stabilizes our mood, feelings of well-being and happiness. Moreover, they can also lead to energy crashes, leaving you lethargic and exacerbating depressive symptoms. It's like a roller coaster ride that you didn't sign up for. So, as a rule of thumb, try to avoid artificial sweeteners when possible. Dairy products can also worsen depression. You might be surprised, right? Dairy, especially when consumed excessively, can trigger inflammation and hormonal imbalances. Now, why is that a problem? Well, chronic inflammation has been linked to depression, and hormonal imbalances can exacerbate depressive symptoms. It's like pouring fuel on an already smoldering fire. So if you're a fan of milk, cheese, or yogurt, consider reducing your intake or switching to plant-based alternatives. Consider reducing dairy intake or switching to plant-based alternatives. Gluten is another food to be aware of. It's a type of protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. For some people, especially those with gluten sensitivity or celiac disease, consuming gluten can lead to inflammation and digestive issues. These physical discomforts can, in turn, exacerbate symptoms of depression. The brain-gut connection is strong, and when our digestion is off, our mood can be too. If you feel that gluten is impacting your emotional well-being, consider reducing your intake. Lastly, sodas and energy drinks can also worsen depression. These fizzy favorites are often loaded with sky-high amounts of sugar and caffeine, creating a roller coaster of mood swings and energy crashes. The artificial boost from caffeine can leave you feeling drained and low once it wears off, and the excessive sugar can lead to weight gain and blood sugar spikes, further complicating your mood balance. So, try to limit consumption of these drinks to manage depressive symptoms better. So those are 10 foods that can potentially worsen depression. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. We've covered a wide range of foods, from alcohol, caffeine, and sugar, to processed and fried foods. We've also touched on low-protein foods, artificial sweeteners, dairy products, gluten, and even sodas and energy drinks. Each of these foods has the potential to influence your mood and mental health negatively. The common thread? They all disrupt the balance of your body in various ways, be it through inflammation, blood sugar levels, or interference with the brain's neurotransmitters. And when our body's balance is off kilter, our mental health can take a hit. But remember, it's not about completely eliminating these foods from your life. It's about moderation, balance, and making healthier choices. Swapping out a soda for a glass of water or a bag of chips for a handful of nuts can make a world of difference. Remember, your diet plays a significant role in your mental health, so eat wisely.